The John Eagle family of dealerships is proud to sponsor School Zone Dallas, a showcase of DISD's successful commitment to prepare all students to graduate with the knowledge and skills to become productive and responsible citizens.
There's a lot of exciting stuff going on right now in the Dallas Independent School District.
Just this year, 13 schools were named exemplary and 67 schools were awarded as being recognized by the Texas Education Agency. With 80 Dallas ISD schools fitting into these categories, our district has more recognized and exemplary schools than any other district in the state of Texas.
Join us, students from throughout the district, for the next half hour as we share with you many of the other interesting successes and triumphs from all throughout Dallas ISD. We'll learn Russian, attend mock trial, and hear an inspiring tax rap.
And lots more, all right here on
School Zone Dallas. Hi, I'm Travon, a senior at Lincoln High School, Humanities and Communications Magnet.
And I'm Jannet, a senior at W.T. White High School. And welcome to another edition of School Zone Dallas, the show that takes you behind the scenes of the Dallas Independent School District. Today, we're coming to you from Harry Stone Montessori in South Dallas. Here, students excel under the Montessori concept, where topics are taught from multiple disciplines and students direct their learning much more independently. We'll be learning a lot more about Harry Stone Montessori throughout the show, as well as introduce you to 3 of the district's top students.
But let's get started with our first story as we meet a group of articulate and talented students who can more than hold their own in the courtroom. Rudy, a senior at Grady Spruce High School, and I worked on this story together. Take a look.
The inner workings of the American justice system is complex, competitive, and intense. Students throughout the district at 13 participating high schools are finding all of this out firsthand. It's mock trial.
The high school mock trial program is a competition of high school students who try a case. Basically what it is students who act the roles of attorneys and witnesses to try a case to conclusion.
This year, the top 2 teams in Dallas ISD hail from Booker T. Washington High School for the Performing and Visual Arts, and Travon.
Thanks, Rudy. And from here at Dallas ISD's original magnet school, Skyline High School, they will be joined by Woodrow Wilson High School at the mock trial state competition held right here in Dallas. Sponsored by the Dallas Bar Association and the Dallas Bar Foundation, this is the 29th year for the tournament in the city. But the journey to the state started many months ago, all the way back in October, when teams throughout the state were given a single case to study, one that is as interesting as it is complex.
The case we're working on right now involves a nurse who has been accused of homicide. There's sibling rivalry, there's old high school drama, there is negligence, malpractice, there's everything. And a few red herrings.
And murder.
And murder.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Well, currently I'm working on my prosecution closing. I'm trying to trim it down because we only have 4 minutes, and then I use 1 minute for my rebuttal. Dr. Chris, I love public speaking. My trial gives me the opportunity to do that, so I really enjoy doing it. You convicted and find it guilty of murder.
To be part of the mock trial team, it's definitely challenging. It takes up a lot of time, but once you get into it, I mean, you just learn so much.
Objection, Your Honor, not responsive.
Your Honor, the witness is...
This actually requires a team effort in which you as an individual have to get along with everybody in the group. Together, you work to win the competition, and if you don't win the competition, you know, it's just not your fault, you know. It bears on everybody.
A key component to any team's success when dealing with something as complicated as this is outside help from real-life attorneys, lawyers from the community that volunteer their time to mentor students.
Okay, so here's you get the picture.
I've coached the mock trial team for 5 years because every year I see the girls and young men develop more and more. I've seen them develop greater confidence, discipline, commitment, and teamwork. And those are skills that I think they can take with them throughout life.
Now we will present you.
I'm a volleyball player and I get really competitive, and Sloan Rollins has taught me how to be competitive intellectually.
State is like district 10 times faster. It's the cream of the crop school, the best school statewide.
I was told it was going to be a whole new different ball game, and it really was. I mean, the competition there was just blew my mind.
They want you to have a verdict of not guilty with a picture of a plant.
Objection, Your Honor. This
You have prepared stuff that you memorize, but then you also have to learn to think on your feet. You have to be able to listen to what they say and respond to what they've said.
Booker T. Washington.
I have been a sponsor for 14 years, and to see how well the students perform is just unbelievable.
Dallas Skyline.
Next year I'm going to do it again because it's a real eye-opener to what we can do, you know. This is more of a privilege than, you know, a job to me.
It's case closed for the mock trial competition this year in Dallas ISD. In just a few months from now, the process will begin again with the fresh case, featuring talented students out to make their team and their school proud. For School Zone Dallas, I'm Travon.
Campbell High School has a shining star in senior Andre Esme. Andre came to America in 2004 from Jamaica. He's 11th in his class, involved in track, and loves to play soccer. Andre tutors kids in the PALS program and is in the National Honor Society. He's taking AP Chemistry and Physics and plans to major in Aeronautical Engineering at the University of Texas in Austin. School Zone Dallas honors Campbell High School and its star senior, Andre Esme.
Check it out. We're outside Harry Stone Montessori's brand new butterfly and vegetable garden. Maintained and built by school parents, these gardens show just how committed the 200-strong member Parent-Teacher Association is at the school.
It provides students with a unique learning opportunity that's very important to the Montessori style of teaching. Another example of this is happening inside the school, as students here are actively engaged in learning the fascinating language and culture of Russia.
Dallas ISD is one of only a few districts in Texas to offer such a program. And here's Matthew to tell us all about it.
Oh, привет! Меня зовут Matvey. That's Russian for hi, my name is Matthew. Okay, so I'm not really Russian, but I'm playing one of my school's musical. Here in Dallas, hundreds of students are studying Russian this school year, but not just the language. They're also learning about Russian history, culture, literature, and the arts as well. Nearly 170 million people speak Russian worldwide, with more than 700,000 in the United States. And at least 10,000 people speak Russian in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Ready, go.
Through funding from a U.S. Department of Education grant, Dallas is one of only a handful of school districts in Texas that offers Russian. Compared to our English alphabet with 26 letters, students who study Russian must learn 33 letters of the Russian or Cyrillic alphabet. What a challenge.
They look at the alphabet and think, what is this? And they're like at zero. And the joy is every time I come, they learn more and more and more. At Travis, they decided it should be part of the social studies curriculum, and so the teacher integrates it in. And at Stone, the tag teacher does the same thing, so it becomes very interdisciplinary. It's part of the curriculum instead of just an extra thing or an enrichment.
I've learned how to count to 10, and I've also learned how to write the letters in Russian and which ones are vowels, which ones are consonants.
The children have really gotten into the Russian language and studying it. And at Travis, we're always looking for something that's an extended program, and this just fit the bill.
When they first heard that they were going to get Russian classes, they were kind of puzzled look. They didn't have an idea of where we were going with it. But once we got busy with the classes, the excitement just soared.
When you study a foreign language, it can be abstract. the students can think, who are Russians? But by them performing in the Russian festival, they got a chance to perform with Russians, in front of Russians, and they got to see Russian performances. So they actually get to integrate in the culture, and that's the great part of that. I can't think of a more wonderful experience for them to actually get to meet dignitaries from Russia. And they were talking with Russians, and they were asking them questions about the languages. They looked at what they were studying. They gave them gifts and presents, and so they actually met Russians. They studied the people, they studied the traditions, and we visited a Russian restaurant where they got to taste Russian cuisine. It was great.
Some of it I was like, okay, I'm not eating that, I'm not touching that. But then when you taste it, it doesn't taste that bad. And most of it tastes really, really tasty.
One of the things about Russia that really interests me is the food. Look at all this. There's borscht, golubtsi, pelmeni, none of which I know anything about. Let's start with the Russian potato salad. Школьная зона Далласа. Я Матвей. Большое спасибо. До свидания.
Pinkston High School's Ruth Medina is #1 in her class, President of the National Honor Society and Secretary of the Future Teachers of America. She's a member of Pinkston's mock trial team and tutors other students at her school. Ruth loves to read and is a book club member at Pinkston. She's taken AP courses at Pinkston and will pursue nursing at the University of Texas at Arlington. School Zone Dallas congratulates Pinkston High School and its top senior, Ruth Medina.
You're watching School Zone Dallas, and we're both students in the Dallas Independent School District. Later this month, the Dallas ISD will recognize its 2007 Teacher of the Year. However, earlier this year, the district also recognized its 2007 Alternative Certification Teacher of the Year.
This year's AC Teacher of the Year is Angel Lopez. Previously, he taught in Puerto Rico and New York. Now he's in Dallas ISD. And as you're about to see, the impact he's made on his students is nothing short of extraordinary.
One for my father, one for my mother, one for myself, so
There's singing, there's dancing, and that's just the beginning in this creative and colorful classroom. Angel Lopez is putting a new spin on the traditional bilingual classroom by providing instruction in a unique way. In this classroom, teacher and students take turns speaking Spanish one day and English the next. The idea is to produce students that are fluent in both languages, a non-traditional approach to say the least. And Mr. Lopez's path to the classroom is equally just as non-traditional. Mr. Lopez was recruited from Puerto Rico to be a bilingual teacher through the Dallas ISD's Alternative Certification Program.
The Alternative Certification Program is a vehicle to provide individuals that have work experience in particular content area to be able to share those knowledges and skills with students without going back through 2 to 3 years of college.
Dallas ISD has provided the Alternative Certification Program since 1986. College graduates with an interest in teaching can apply and receive intensive training through this program. ACs also receive a great deal of mentoring and guidance through their first year as a teacher. The Alternative Certification Department has helped thousands of qualified and dedicated individuals enter the field of teaching. And Angel Lopez is definitely one who inspires to become a great teacher and inspires his students to learn.
Every single morning I say, oh, let me be the best teacher today. Let me be the best friend. Let me continue growing with them and at the same time learning as a man, as a teacher, as a student to give them the best.
The Alternative Certification Department helped Mr. Lopez turn his dream of teaching into a reality. And his hard work and dedication helped him to become the proud recipient of the 2007 Texas Alternative Certification Association EC4 Intern of the Year Award, a statewide award of distinction. Also, the National Association for Alternative Certification selected 3 Dallas ISD teacher interns as National Interns of the Year, which not only speaks well of the teachers, but the Alternative Certification Department as well. Dallas ISD recipients of this award are Daisy Merino from Runyon Elementary and Juan Vasquez and Ebony Cooksey Thomas from Adamson High School.
It tells me that what they are doing in the classroom is impacting students. And that's our bottom line, is what's best for students.
Dallas ISD, Angel Lopez, and the Alternative Certification Department have a lot to be proud of, and the students are the ones who benefit. For more information about the Alternative Certification Program, check out their website at www.teachfordallas.com. Is a popular elective here at Harry Stone, and we'd like to thank Sophia and Eric for playing such beautiful songs.
Here at Harry Stone, the bar is set high, and the students answer the challenge. Nearly all of the middle school students here are enrolled in pre-advanced placement classes, and all the students take the PSAT test.
Let's now head out on our next story, back to Skyline High School, where a select number of students have joined other Dallas ISD high school students from across the district, penning their very own section for the Dallas Morning News. It's journalism in action, and here's Isaac to tell us more.
Beyond talking about issues with peers and others, one way students can make their voices heard is by speaking out in the local media.
About the octet.
It's 4:15 at Dallas's Skyline High School, and senior Bonita Murillo is on deadline.
It's in the newspaper right now.
This week's article is about student leadership. But Bonita isn't just writing for her school newspaper, she's writing an article for a section called The Zone that will appear in the central zone of the Dallas Morning News readership area, which will be read by over 230,000 readers. The section is a special forum for students to be heard through the local media outlet.
The Zone is a student-produced feature that appears every Thursday in the Dallas Morning News Sports Day High School section. It allows students to write feature-type articles on different events and topics or subjects that affect them pretty much on a day-to-day basis.
And they actually need more students. The approach I take for news stories is what is everyone talking about. I listen to what everyone is thinking and what's like the hot topic. I want to write about things that matter and that could get people thinking in a different way.
Students were selected to be writers after submitting draft articles for review. The first editorial board meeting was held in the offices of the Dallas Morning News. After the meeting, students got their picture taken so that it could appear in the paper, as well as a tour of the building.
I think it gives the parents and other people in the community an opportunity to look inside. When they open the paper up and they look at the Zone, they see stories they're written about the students, about the teachers, about the people who are in the high schools. And a lot of times, unless a parent or someone in the community knows someone directly or actually goes to visit, usually they're not in the schools. It gives them an opportunity to step inside the school, to hear the voice of both the students who are writing the articles and the students that they interview and quote from.
And the students reap the benefits of using their voices to report news, discuss issues, and register their opinions.
That directly affects Skyline students. Writing for the Zone is really a great opportunity because it allows our work to get seen. The entire Dallas area can actually read what we do. When my work was first published in Dallas Morning News, my friends and family were excited for it because they know how great of an opportunity it is for me and my future, and it's just real fun to do. So I really enjoy it.
Who's Eddie?
I've been working with a lot of new people and I've been getting new pointers on how to write stories. This really has helped me a lot, this whole experience. And it's really training me for the future and my career.
Didn't you, Bonita?
Not really.
Was that fun?
In addition to having articles appear in the paper, the special section is delivered to all Dallas high schools once a week.
I've been very impressed with the reporting that they've been able to do, the research and their actual writing. It's been very impressive. It's a wonderful opportunity to look inside DISD and see the good things that are happening.
This experience has been fun. It's a learning experience. I get to meet new people and do new things. It's a great networking tool, and it's a great opportunity to get my work seen by everybody.
This is the first year for the Zone in Dallas. Not only are students throughout the city getting the chance to read articles by their peers, the Zone staff is gaining real-world experience of life on a deadline for a big city paper. For School Zone Dallas, I'm Isaac.
Hey, check this out. Just last month, Dallas ISD students participated in Pine Car Derby Racing, sponsored by Dallas ISD Police and Security Services. A great time was had by all, and the proceeds from the event were donated to the Dallas ISD Campus Crime Stoppers program. Check out the library here at Harry Stone Montessori. It certainly has a healthy flow of student traffic going through it. Get this, by the librarian's meticulous count, more than 16,000 books have either been read or checked out. That's a lot of learning.
For our next story, we're going to learn about stormwater.
Stormwater?
That's right, stormwater. Let's go to Blanca with more. Thanks, Jannet and Travon. Hi, I'm Blanca. Now, you may be wondering, what's the big deal? Storms happen all the time. Well, if you're like me and enjoy outings at your local lake, you need to know about stormwater and why it's important to all of us.
Stormwater is rainwater, and rainwater isn't treated as well as our drinking water is at all.
If rainwater is polluted, it pollutes our creeks, rivers, or lakes, which is also bad news for the insects, fish, and birds that live there.
Well, students are always asking me how rain falling from the sky can become polluted, and the answer is not a simple one. Unfortunately, all of us, students, adults, municipalities, even businesses, are responsible for pollution.
As rainwater falls, it washes across everything, our driveways, lawns, alleys, and streets. And the litter we throw away and the chemicals we use wash down storm drains and into underground pipes, carrying them directly into neighborhood bodies of water.
I want to help keep our water clean. Our class learned what we can do to help.
We all live in what's known as a watershed area. A watershed is an area of land that surrounds a body of water. When it rains, stormwater flows from all parts of the watershed into the water body. Even if you don't live near a creek or lake, you still live in a watershed. In Dallas, we all live in the Trinity River watershed because all of our stormwater eventually makes its way to the Trinity River.
The students have learned that keeping rivers and lakes clean is up to all of us. We can help by disposing of motor oil properly and by using pesticides that are safe for the environment. We can pick up litter and discard it properly. That way we're keeping our waterways clean for all of us to enjoy.
If you would like more information about how to keep our lakes and rivers clean, visit the website on your screen. For School Zone Dallas, I'm Blanca.
Welcome to James Madison High School, where in just a few moments, the one and only Rock is about to arrive. Tell us a little bit about what you did here today in Madison High School.
Oh man, what I did at Madison was great. I went out there, spoke to the kids about their involvement in after-school All-Stars, the importance of their involvement in after-school programs. I talked to the kids about education, getting their education, how important that is.
You gotta work hard. Who wants to go to college? That's fantastic. Good.
It's also taught to the kids about the power of decision making, and they have that power, and they're going to be forced with making big decisions coming up, whether you go to college and on throughout life, like the things they're learning now in high school, from commitment to sacrifice, whether it's an after-school program, whether it's sports, all these things, all these values are going to take with them for the rest of their life.
I want to thank you kids for allowing me to come to your school.
What is After School All-Stars, and how does it benefit the students?
Well, After School All-Stars is a program that's set up all across the country, and it benefits thousands and thousands of students. It provides students with positive activities after school. It was great because the energy was phenomenal, and I had a lot of love for them, and they had a lot of love for me, and I really, really appreciate that.
Thank you for your time, Rock. It's been an incredible experience. It's been a real pleasure. Back to you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
South Cliff High School's Chastity Smith is 7th in her class, president of the Drama Club and Spanish Honor Society. She is a member of SOC's UIL One Act Play Ensemble, a varsity cheerleader, and mentor to other teens at her church. Chastity is being recognized at the Regional Baptist Women's and Girls Conference as the most ambitious youth. With $30,000 in scholarships, she will attend Baylor University and pursue a teaching degree. School Zone Dallas salutes South Oak Cliff High School and its superstar senior, Chastity Smith.
We're in the gym at Harry Stone Montessori, where the school science fair is on full display. Students from pre-K all the way to the 8th grade participated, and the projects will be here for the next few days. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of School Zone Dallas. We'd like to thank Principal Mr. Harold Wright and everyone here at Harry Stone Montessori for their gracious hospitality.
We'd also like to thank Dallas ISD grad Mr. John Eagle and the John Eagle family of dealerships for sponsoring today's show. Thank you so much, Mr. Eagle.
We leave you today with a story by Charlynda, who will show us a special way a Dallas ISD parent and his 3rd grade daughter got students at her school fired up to take the tax test. Until next time, we'll see you right here in the zone.
Thanks, you guys. I'm here at Phyllis Wheatley Elementary, the home of the Spartans. Wheatley is a Dallas ISD exemplary school, and it shows. One Wheatley student who's doing her part to help classmates to make the grade is Autumn Mayberry. Let's just say this 3rd grader has a way with words.
Mic check. This is the 2007 version of Time Zone.
Well, Autumn Mayberry is one of our 3rd grade student, and her dad is Joseph Mayberry. And so we talked about how the students seem to really embrace rap, and it's easy for them to catch on to the lyrics. He then came up with the tax, and he knew it would be something that was catchy.
I'm gonna try my best so I can pass this test. I see it and believe it, so I'm going to achieve it. Committed by my work, little mama's in the time zone. Math and read it, and the science gonna smash on. Pistol full of knowledge, but my brain's much smarter. Mr. Mayberry has a talented daughter.
It's a little nervous at first, but once you get used to it, it's really fun. When I say I can believe it, if you achieve it, you just have to believe in yourself.
We'll try your best on this test and get that 3-digit number.
It's just in her heart to do it. You know, she doesn't show me any nervousness either. You know, we come in the studio and it's time for her to mic up and record a song. She's just with it. She's just naturally able to do it.
I think this is something I might want to continue doing in the future.
We're still in the time zone. That rap is all that. It's good to hear such a positive rap song that promotes higher achievement and the importance of passing the tax test. Phyllis Wheatley Elementary, keep up the good work. For School Zone Dallas, I'm Charlynda. I'm gonna try my best to pass the test. We're still in the time zone.
One day in the city of Dallas. 516,000 alarm clocks wake up the city. Millions of cars commute to work. And 2,500 planes take to the sky. One day in the Dallas Independent School District, a masterpiece is perfected. Records are broken. New worlds are explored. And the promise of tomorrow becomes a reality. Think you know DISD? Think again.